Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Well, one of these needles ain't like the other. Let me show you. So if you go back to the previous episode where we had to park this under the barn because yeah, we broke a needle. That's not good. So that's supposed to go on right there, and yeah, these crashed. So we are going to try and get this needle off. I want to see if it got tweaked in it or if it's possibly to be re-welded back. We will re-weld it back if we can and keep it as a spare, but probably gonna go ahead and get this off and make sure I get everything right where I can order a new one. Not much to it, but I just wanted to show y'all what we're doing. You know, it's always fun working on junk equipment. I tell y'all that all the time, but I do enjoy this older stuff. So anyway, we're going to take these two bolts out. Of course, they're mismatched. They're not right. We're going to get them out. We're going to get this off. We'll cut our string and take the other part of that needle off. And we'll just look at it and go from there. But, yep, always fun. So, I got to get my fat butt down here and get started with this. Get some of the string out of the way. Need to get my knife and cut that off. Got a few. That's a 5/8. That's 11/16. That one there's a 5/8. And I don't know about this one. That's 9/16, 9/16. Is this on 5/8 too? Yep. I'll have to go get another 5/8 wrench. Alright. Let's see if we can get this one hot loose. I want to make sure of where this is sitting too. Because when you put the new one back on, you want to make sure everything's right. You want to make sure it's adjusted right. So, yeah. I'm hoping y'all can see all this. Hopefully. And these has been on here for a long time. Ooh, yes it is. While we're getting this needle off, I just wanted to take this opportunity to say thank you to everyone that has watched my videos, everyone that has subscribed. I know I'm a small channel, but I have reached a milestone with my channel where I am now officially monetized, and it's because of y'all, and I just want to say thank you very much. And hopefully this channel gets bigger each day and grows, and we're going to keep doing more videos like this. So thank you to everyone that has helped me get to this point. Let's keep growing. I appreciate every one of y'all. Now let's get back to this needle and see if we can get this thing off. Thank you. So as you see, we got the bolts off. We're going to try to get that slipped out of there. And it don't look like it's tweaked none of the mounting brackets, which is good. But there it is. So anyway, let me get this other side off and we'll throw it up here on the twine box / workbench. I was telling you about this twine. It's kind of old and kind of crappy. So I don't know if you can see or not with this bar in the way, but it's so old and crappy that it don't take much to break, rubbing it against a sharp edge. So that's it. There's your other end of your needle. I'll get my tools up. We'll meet you up top up here. Okay, so that top side of that needle bolt hole is threaded. If you can see that or not, but I'll show you on this side. See how that bolt's threaded in there? So we'll need a couple of bolts this size too for the new one. And then the bottom side was just a straight through bolt. So we'll get a new one of them's too. So here's your needle. It broke. Originally these needles have a bend in them, and it like it broke right before that bend. But I think that could be possibly be welded back. I don't think it tweaked it a lot, but I'm not going to try to weld it. I don't have a decent enough welder. Plus I think this is cast. It takes like special nickel rods or something to weld cast, and heat treating it and all that kind of mess. And yeah, I don't even have the patience for that. So putting it back together loosely, it fits pretty good. Not much gappage. So I might try to get a hold of somebody and see if they can weld that, and then we'll keep this one as a spare, but I'm still going to order a new one. Probably will get on eBay or something this weekend. I did find a couple of them brand new on eBay for like 85 bucks with free shipping. Dude, you can't beat that. I think that old Massey Ferguson Model 10 baler that I had, I think their needles was like $350. So $85 for this one. Yeah, I'm not even gonna bat an eye at it all. I'll hook her up and get her sent. So with that being said, we got this off. We're gonna get it ordered. I'm gonna get in here and try to clean up some of this mess, and I do want to take these brake pads off right there. Probably gonna go ahead and take this shield off too. I've got it bent up and out of the way, but it's aggravating. 90% of the time this is going to be stored under a barn, so I'm not worried about that getting wet with it being stored under a barn. So this shield just in my way. We're going to get rid of it, and I want to take these pads off. I want to look at them again, and I'm probably going to make some pads instead of buying these, because I think I told you in the last video or two, they want like $85, $86 each. There's two pads here, and they want like $85 or $86 each for them pads, and yeah, I can't see that. So if you come over here to the New Holland 315, you can see in there really well. I've got to get up in here and show you. Anyway, those, get the glare out maybe. Those are brake pads off my old pickup truck, sitting right out there. I rigged them up to work, and guess what? They working. Ain't giving me no problems. And they were used, so that was a free repair that I'm probably gonna do on this one right here. Just takes a little time to modify. And we got to get this thing back in time. There's a lot to it. And we'll get into that later, but I wanted to show you getting that needle off, and let's get one on order. Now that we got the cover out of the way, you can see a lot better. And you got two 7/16 that'll take this pad off. Then you got two dowel pins up here, one here and one down here, that you'll have to take off to take this inner pad off. So that's what we're fixing to do. And then I'll show you these pads once I get them off. You actually have a spring that holds tension on these pads too. So make sure you get your spring. We'll probably get new springs and new nuts and bolts for that as well. You know, try to do all that we can do to make this work as efficient as possible. Alright, they're off, and see how this one will just slide right off with no bolts in it. And there's your pads. They're low enough that it's digging into the rivets too. So that's what they look like. That's the outside one. Now this is the inside one. You see how it's held on with these dowels. So we're going to take a loose these dowels right here so we can get this one off. So I'm going to do that and I'll get back in. Alright, so it's off. You can see that still ain't come back clean yet. That's supposed to be nice and shiny. That's a brake disc. So we'll try to clean on that, wire wheel or something best we can. But here's your pads, and this is your inboard one. But I don't know if you can tell or not, but it's wore the pads down enough that it's hitting and digging into the rivets. And of course, you don't want that. So we're going to make some different ones. And here's your dowel pins. Them were fun coming off. Rusty. Like I say, been sitting up 25 years outside in the weather. So we're going to bag all of it up, all these parts and pieces, so we don't lose them all. We'll start rounding up parts over time and see if we can't get this jewel back together. And in the meantime, I'll hold off on this and I'll bring y'all back in once we get all these parts in and get started back with it. Anyway, we'll see y'all. Well, for y'all, it's been a little while. Alright, as we are waiting on the needle to come in, I did, and there, of course, there's your old one. I did get the brake pads on here. I ain't got them tightened up yet, but I wanted to kind of show you loosely what that looks like. So all I did was I took some old brake pads, drilled holes out for the dowel pins, which is here, spring bolts. I did have to get longer spring bolts because these pads are so thick. So y'all can see in there, they're still really good pads, but I'm going to tighten all this down. But the reason for that is, watch that, when it's not tightened down, that can flip down like that. And this needs to be in the home position for that lock up there to work. So whenever I move this back up, that's where it needs to stay. But it won't stay because them pads are not doing anything. So we are going to get them tightened up, waiting on parts to come in. And you know, that's just life. You know how things go. I wanted to kind of toil around the yard here and show you some stuff that we'll be doing in the future. Basic repairs and stuff that's broke. So the kids' go-kart is one of them. Front tire popped off the bead. It's still aired up, but I got it aired back up. But it popped off the bead as they was rounding the 3-point forks over there. And when it popped off the bead, it jerked them into that and broke the tie rod, the ball joint. Broke it clean in half right here. So I think I just got that part in, so that'll have to be fixed. But I wanted to show you my small Coon 44 hay cutter and show you what I've got to do. I doubt I get it done before the end of the season, so it'll probably be a winter project, but y'all can look forward to seeing this in the future. But this is a Coon GMD 44 model. It's about a 5-foot cut width. Y'all seen it in a couple of videos ago with the Ford 3000. It's a good mower, but it's missing something. Yeah, it's missing the cutter blade on this side, and that's it there. So with that, I guess with vibration, I didn't hit nothing, so I don't know, with vibration it finally broke on off, because these turtle shells are pretty thin. They're the original ones. So what's the big deal about this? Well, it's not that big a deal. However, these turtle shells on the ends have this top hat. The purpose of this top hat, as these are going separate, you're having a wad of hay that this is throwing back to your deflector shield back here and keeping a windrow clean for your skid to ride in on your next cut. If you don't have this top hat, then it would just scatter the hay everywhere. And with my hay, that's fine. But to order one of these brand new is about $500. You got to go in here, take the nut out, take this off, just like taking a regular turtle shell off. So here's my thought. What if I just bought a brand new turtle shell like this, grind the welds off of this one, stick this one on there, try to get it as centered as possible for no vibrations, and just weld this top hat on? Could it work? Have any of y'all done that? I want y'all to let me know. Drop down in the comments, let me know if y'all done that. Have y'all ran without the top hat? I'm curious, because I haven't never done that before. All of my cutters always had top hats, and I'd love to know, do I really need it? For thin bahia grass like what I cut, is it even really practical to have the top hat? Can I just run a regular turtle shell like that on the outside? Let me know, because whatever y'all decide and whatever y'all tell me, that's probably what I'll be doing coming up in the future. But I wanted to show y'all this project and what entails on what we got to do. So yeah, that was a bummer. So we're gonna try to get her fixed. My old Massey 20 rake is growing weeds around it. I haven't even used that this year. Used it quite a bit last year, but I haven't even used it this year. I need to spray some weed killer around some of this mess and get some of it gone. So yeah, be watching for that video. Like I say, I don't know when. It stays so busy around here, I'm always got something to work on. But to recap, I really do want to thank all of y'all that has watched my videos and has helped me get to this point of getting monetized. I appreciate you. I thank all of y'all. I just want to keep growing my channel from this point forward. So every like, every comment, every share, hey, keep telling folks to subscribe, share my content. I would appreciate it. But I'm very thankful for each and one of y'all, and I just want y'all to know that. So as we're waiting on a new needle to come in the mail, hopefully any day now, we're going to try to get that baler back going, try to get everything back in time. I know this is a short video, but hey, that's the way life goes sometimes. But listen, I appreciate you. Take care, like, share, subscribe, and we'll see y'all in the next video.